the show stating what others hate. Seeking the truth and transparency here on Patriot View
at 1A Independent News.
With your host, Bear Direct.
Hey, what's going on, Patriots? Thank you for joining us for this episode of Patriot View on 1A Independent News. If you're not already a registered member on Rumble, if you're following from X-Truth or Facebook, you're getting the direct link to the episode on Rumble for the day. So while you're there, sign up for that free Rumble account. So yeah, sign up for that free Rumble account. When I started with Rumble, you used to be able with a free account, you used to get so much storage space. So if you wanted to try your hand at content creation, you could. Whether it's still like that or not, I assume so. I don't know. It's been a long time. So we have a paid plan because it gives us more storage space. So we do not have any sponsors. So what we rely on is our views to fund what we're doing. How much help have we been? Excuse me. How much has our views been able to help fund what we're doing? Nothing. So I've been funding the whole thing out of my pocket right from day one. So help us get those views up. So the episodes should be funding themselves. You know, as far as for everything. You know, the hosting for the website. This should be actually our Rumble channel should be taking care of everything that we're spending, and it's not. It's not even covering it. Nothing. So, which is what these episodes are intended for. So help us out. Help us get those views up. Share. If you're viewing from Facebook, X, or Truth, share it there as well. Again, sign up for that free Rumble account. Go to our website, bottom of the homepage, website and email. With bottom of the website, there's a hosting gift box. Crowdfunding box down there. So if you want to help us through crowdfunding, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. At the top of all the pages on the website, there's a gift box. Anything you give to that gift box goes to our hosting provider, does not go to us. It goes to our hosting provider, credits our hosting account. So, excuse me. So, any little bit helps. If you're viewing from Facebook, yep, we're back on Facebook. If you're viewing from Facebook, if you want to help us immediately, you know, through views, share it. Share it there. Rumble does not make us jump through the hoops that YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms do. You got to have so many views, you got to have so many followers, you got to have so many subscribers, you got to have so much of this, so much of that. Rumble, you don't. You just got to have the views, and that requires a lot of views. So that's why we ask you, help us get our Rumble episodes going and get them views up. Sign up for that free Rumble account. Hit the orange and white 1A logo or Patriot View on the episode. Should take you to our channel. Follow, subscribe to our channel, whichever it says. May depend on how you're viewing it. Also share it as well. So let's help Patriot View and 1A Independent News take off. On our website, we're going to give you some information on how to, if you've got something you want to get out there but don't want to put it on your own social media profile because of trolls, we're going to give you a way to do that. We'll explain all that at the end. Again, we didn't have any sponsors. We have items that we recommend. There's a disclaimer on each description that says not a sponsor. If anything changes with the relationship between an item that's on our website and ourselves, we will remove not a sponsor and we'll put the appropriate relationship in. All right. And so, that's about it for right now. But hey, you know what? after the election, when this Prop 50 in California, I said, excuse me. Yes, that's what I said. Excuse me. Yo, bro, it's 55, not freaking 25, right? I said that watch out, lawsuit incoming for the redistricting, drawing the lines redistricting in California, which was done in retaliation to redistricting lines in Texas that were actually going to make it fair and equitable. Now, here's how, yes, they can have the lawsuit against Texas, and I believe there is one. But here's probably the difference on how these two will play out. Again, just because there's redistricting lines drawn does not mean in favor of Republicans or in favor of Democrats. It does not mean that that's gonna exactly what's gonna happen. It's more apt to happen in California for a Democrat to win those red districts because now they're redistricted and they're no longer red, they're blue. Adds 5 seats, and that's what it comes down to, adding seats. It was done purposefully to add seats, to take over. And the problem is, and they didn't even realize it, here's how California loses, here's how Texas wins. Texas did not verbalize a motive. Texas did not verbalize a motive before they redistricted. Gavin Newsome did. He flat out said it was retaliation, and they were going to add 5. They were going to redistrict themselves and add 5 seats and take back over the House. So they had a motive to do it. So they admitted to redistricting to make it unfair and unbalanced. You literally came out and made the statement. Don't think that that's not going to play out, that that's not going to be brought up and used again. Remember, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Gavin Newsome. He stated exactly what they were doing. And I said I said it when it passed. Lawsuit incoming. Lawsuit incoming. And now there's even more talks to try to push the split California. And guess what districts would be in that split? That's right. Those areas that were part of the Prop 50 line redraws. This is going to be the big push. The big push for this to happen. Newsom does not want this to happen. No politician in California that is on that other side of the state, the coastal side of the state, wants this to happen. What you've got is, because that is red, man. That is red, but it's not. It's kind of like New York a little bit. It doesn't have those high populous areas. LA, San Diego, San Bernardino, places like that, those, very high populated metropolitan cities. And that's what we have in New York. Is New York's red, man. The state. And again, for people that think New York is the city, no, the state of New York is red. We are, in most cases, want to stay freaking bumpkins. Okay, in most cases, we want to stay. We want to stay feral. We really do, most of us. We understand the need for DEC. We understand the need for hunting regulations and trapping regulations and blah, blah, blah. We understand that. But is it taken a little too far? Do they take it a little too far? Absolutely. Fees are high. I get it. Oh, it helps fund projects. Well, when you're making it so expensive to hunt, you're making it unreasonable. People don't want to hunt. Well, guess what? As people stop hunting, those funds go down. And eventually, what do? Now you've got what we have now, chronic wasting disease. Why? Because these are overpopulated areas. Why? Because they were overregulated. We have overregulation. So we have chronic wasting disease. New York State has been trying to break off from the city, Orange County, I believe Orange County down, for several years. It's been brought up several times. And listen, when is it going to happen? When is enough going to be enough? It's the same thing with California. When is enough going to be enough? The state of New York is run by New York City, Orange County down, Long Island, the Syracuse, Binghamton, Buffalo, these areas. So when you look at the map, the voting map, you see almost the whole state is red. You'll see blue blobs, little blue dots here and there. Well, that's the reason between New York City and those other blue dots, those like 3 or 4 little blue dots. Without New York City, Long Island, Orange County down, they could not get their way. These liberals could not get their way. But because of New York City, Orange County down, Long Island, that's the reason we have a horrible governor like Kathy Hochul. The reason why we have all these Democrats that aren't even really representing the state as a whole. These are representing these areas, those blue areas. That's what they're representing because they get so many more seats. Because of the population, because of how many people there is. Right? Well, they're districts. It's broke up into voting districts. How come we don't understand how you... Because there's so many seats. Because there's so many seats because of the size of the districts and the population in those areas. It's like anything else, man. So we get outvoted. It's like the AR bands. in the state of New York. Personal body armor, active shooter kits. Okay. The ban on that. If it wasn't for liberals, there would not be a ban. Why is there a ban on it? Because they think that they try to use it as an excuse to, it makes it safer for law enforcement. Well, guess what? Criminals don't obey the laws. You already had, I know I beat this one to a freaking into the ground, because they already tried that one once and it got shot down. Okay? And I guess they were too stupid to understand the realities of life. After the Buffalo shooting, I told one of our state senators that this was going to happen. It's going to get reintroduced. He goes, no, it's not. I go, yes, it is. And sure enough, boom, there it is. I read it. I told him. And I actually sent him literature once they passed it. And I like, hey, dude, you realize there's constituents that are ticked off. And I had sent him listings for active shooter kits for like the kids. Because parents, after the Uvalde, the parents went and bought active shooter backpacks and active shooter kits for their kids. Well, in the state of New York, that's what people did. They went and bought these active shooter kits for their children, for themselves, after like the church shootings and stuff like that. They had to get rid of it or be considered felons. We had a perfectly good law in the books that if you were in possession of body armor in the commission of a crime, it was a felony. So you'd get a felony charge. Why do you punish law-abiding citizens for trying to protect themselves against someone that is insane? It is like an active shooter comes in, starts shooting up a joint, and a person that is lawfully carrying a firearm with a concealed carry permit, whether they're lawfully allowed to open carry or conceal carry lawfully, and they neutralize the threat. Shooters already shot people. Hopefully no fatality. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Hopefully there's no fatalities. They're just, if the shooters hit anybody already, it's just injuries and not fatalities. This is what the best hope for scenario is in an active shooter scenario, right? Somebody's going to get hurt. Hopefully it's only injuries and no fatalities. Because at least if it's just injuries, people go home back, can make it home to their family. Except for maybe the shooter itself. Anyways, so the person that's got the lawful right to carry a firearm neutralizes the threat. And I'm just saying, this stuff happens. Where somebody neutralizes an active shooter and they end up getting arrested. They stop the threat and they get arrested and they get charged and they go to court. They go to trial. And I'm going to give you an example, and it doesn't involve an active shooter. It doesn't involve a gun, but it involves an active threat. And I'm going to give you the instance of Daniel Penny, what Daniel Penny went through. Okay. Daniel Penny did not get convicted, but he could have. He very well could have. And I think the only reason Daniel Penny did not get convicted is because he should have never been arrested. Because I swear to God, he killed a black man. That's what a lot of the hard left wingers were trying to push. Yeah, it was a black man. He killed a black man. He needs blah blah blah. So they were trying to push that racism thing. But you know what? You had Daniel Penny not only protected white people, and Hispanic people, black, Asian people, black people, all of them. None of it mattered. Skin color and race didn't matter. Nothing mattered at that moment other than protecting people. That's what was in Daniel Penny's mind. So now people are afraid to help. People are afraid to get involved because of what Daniel Penny went through. When that poor girl got killed in the Carolinas there, brutally stabbed to death in the train car. If that was a white person did that to a black girl, man, I'll tell you what, we would have heard it. It would have been all up in arms right then, within a matter of minutes, probably. Just happened 5 minutes ago. White man just stabs black woman to death for no reason. Stabs her in the neck. We didn't get, really hear anything or get any information on that. This happening with this man stabbing this white, I believe, Ukrainian girl for a few days. I mean, they kind of sat on it. Like I said, if it was the other way around, whoo, man. That would have been, hell would have been breaking loose. White people trying to kill black people. White people killing black people. That's generally not the case. Sorry, say it whatever way you want. Fact is fact. Okay? Point being, you get these, if you stop having these liberals running these states and these towns and these areas, and you actually get down to the nitty gritty and you fix the problems, you fix what's broken, it would be so much better. It would be so much better. And these liberals just want this total anarchy. They want everything to benefit them, and they want all this free. It's all about the free. Talk to these areas, these countries that have socialist rule. Ask the people that have fled, and that's one of the reasons people flee from these countries, right? It's one of the reasons we end up with some of them that we're trying to get rid of. Unfortunately, they should have come the right way. I get it. They should have come the right way. But with it came a big influx of gangs. Like MS-13 and some of the other ones. They're going to tell you get people that have actually got this country. They're actually here legally now that have actually been through this. And they went, you have no idea what you're asking for. No, you have to get rid of the socialists. There's a price tag. There's a price tag with it. And you're not going to like it once it comes. Madani's going to show you exactly how great it is. He really is. Because they're already losing people money. The state's already losing the money wheels. And guess who's going to end up having to pay when those businesses and all those business people drop out of the city? Guess who's going to have to pay? You, the normal, average, everyday New York City citizen that he promised it was going to be so great for you. You're going to get a bunch of free stuff. Yeah. hopefully, I know we went a little off. I got to go over down to New York, and I got down into New York City, and I got into, people getting killed and raped, trying to do they're doing the reverse racism. But I think you're going to see California is going to lose more than likely. I'm not going to say they're going to. They're more than likely going to lose in the lawsuit. Why? Because Gavin Newsome and others had said the quiet part out loud. They said the quiet part out loud. This was retaliation against the redistricting in Texas. That was to make it fair and balanced. Gavin Newsome and others made it clear. This is in retaliation to Texas redistricting, and we're going to add 5 seats. We're going to add 5 Democrat seats to the House and take back over the House. There's where they screwed up. So I hope California, I hope they're able to split the state, because I think if California splits the state, I think you're going to see a revitalization of to push to split New York again. You're going to see a hard push for that. So we will see. Hopefully it goes. Texas, I don't think the lawsuit's going to go far in Texas, because they have all their ducks in a row to show that it was to make it balanced. It was to balance out everything. And I don't know whether they're redistricting passed or not. I know California's did. I don't know if Texas did or not. So I had never followed up with that one. So right now, it was the way it was totally in favor of, completely and totally in favor of Democrats. It was to actually, when I say they were redistricting to make it fair and balanced, okay, it's exactly what it was. It was to balance out the seats. Balance out the seats available in Texas, so you have a better chance of having equal representation. And that's what it was about. The Newsome and the rest of them in California, that was not their goal with the redistricting in California. It was to make it totally unfair and unbalanced in favor of Democrats. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully they can split the state, get things back to normal, and we can get the momentum going in New York and do that. New York, split New York, get things back to normal the way they should be, where people are free. I can see a lot of things changing, because I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to be I wonder if Kathy Hochul would leave, because Kathy Hochul's from one of those areas out, I think, Syracuse. So she'd be stuck. And so I don't know. She might flee the state. If that actually happens, she might flee the state. And good for her. Get out of here. She's worse. She's worse. She's worse than Cuomo. So they're going after. I'm going to say this one thing real quick, and then I'm going to close with another thing. It's only going to take a second. So they're still liberals and Democrats. They just still can't help themselves. Still have to go out and go after Trump with he knew about Jeffrey Epstein. The emails prove he knew about Jeffrey Epstein. Blah 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 blah. But he spent hours in Epstein's home with the victim. What? Now, Democrats have been sitting on this all this time, right? They knew. They had access to the stuff. They knew. What they're trying to do is, what the Republicans have been trying to do is get the files released to the public. The Democrats weren't the ones that wanted it released. But now they're like, oh, hell, Donald Trump knew. So you're seeing all these rags that are releasing. Why? Because things are being leaked. Information's being leaked. It hasn't been released. So it hasn't been voted on to release this information because Democrats kept, every time they pushed it, Democrats would say no. So right now, information's being leaked. But I think it's misinformation that you're seeing. I don't know, man. They'll do anything and everything. He's president. Leave it alone. What do you feel like you want to accomplish from it? He's president. He can't run again. Let it go. Oh, we got to try to see if we can figure out a way to impeach him. There's where it's going right there. We're gonna take over, and that's one of the things they want to do. They want to take over in the House and the Senate in the midterms so they can impeach Donald Trump. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. Almost guaranteed that's where it's going. So the more they keep pushing, the worse they're making it for themselves. So, I mean, I guess we're going to wait and see what happens during the midterms. So, all right, let me close with this. Jesse Jackson, I don't know. I haven't heard any updates other than he's been hospitalized. He's got an illness that he's had for several years now. I can't remember what it's called. But so we're going to wait and see what happens with the Reverend Jesse Jackson. John Fetterman fell outside his home or near his home in Pennsylvania. Was hospitalized. So don't know what's going on with him. We haven't seen any updates. So I wonder if Fetterman, I'm really curious. I'm not trying to make a conspiracy theory, but I mean, I'm wondering if he wasn't helped to the ground. Just my thoughts, my opinion. I don't know if he's got security around him all the time or what, or how it happened. But it makes me very curious because the liberals are very upset with him right now. So, all right, guys, I'm going to bust out. Again, help us get those Rumble views up. Help us get those views up on YouTube. Let's get us right where we need to be for funding. And the greatest way to do that is to help us get the views up on Rumble. Okay. If you want to pop over to the website and email should be up here in just a moment if it's not already. Bottom of the homepage, there's a crowdfunding box on the website. So if you want to help us through crowdfunding, lots of things are done through crowdfunding now. Top of all pages on the website, there's a gift box. That little gift box put up there by our host provider. Anything you give to that gift box goes directly to our host provider. It does not go to us, and it credits our hosting account. So no matter which way you want to support us, we greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate your support, and we greatly appreciate you. If you see a piece on our website that does not have a name, it's ours. We're not gonna. If you send us something, we're not going to take credit for it. Again, we do not have any sponsors. We have items we recommend, and we purchase these items. We try them out. We love them, so we recommend them. So again, we don't have any sponsors. If anything changes, we'll remove the disclaimer of not a sponsor, and we'll put in the appropriate relationship if we get a sponsor or whatever, an affiliate, whatever. So again, we're not going to take credit for your piece. If you send us something, must have a first name or pseudonym, state and location, not a physical address, state and location, so we can see we're reaching out. Others can see we're reaching out. If you run your piece through a grammar editor. Okay. First and foremost, before you send it to us, run it through a grammar editor. It's going to help you if not everybody's taking creative writing in college. It's, everything like that. As a professional writer, run your piece through a grammar editor. What it's going to do is going to help fix punctuation, some spelling, get things so it rounds it around into and melds it into a piece that people can really understand and get behind. It's going to help you get your point across. Okay. So run your piece through a grammar editor. Quotes. Make sure it's in quotes. All quotes are in quotations. If you're using a reference or a source, make sure your references, sources are there. But in brackets, put the name of the website minus .com, .net, .org, no dot, nothing. The title of the piece, if there is one. This is for both those references and sources and quotes. Copy that indexed address out of the address bar at the top of your browser. Paste it directly up for quotes. Paste it directly above, directly below the quote. Sources, references, however you're putting it in. Paste that indexed address in the brackets. For both of them, what we're going to do is we're going to hyperlink the index address into the text, change the text to different colors so people click on it, goes directly to the page on the website that quote was drawn off, or they can see how, for your references or sources, you're not quoting them, but you're using them to support what you're saying, so people can, as you can see in this article, blah blah blah, and they go in and they read, and it goes, oh yeah, that does support what the author is saying. Okay, that's what you want. If you know how to hyperlink ahead of time. Okay, this is going to save us some time. We can just go in, verify it, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, we're done. Bob's your uncle. Cannot be crazy and outlandish. Listen, if it is crazy and outlandish, this is something that the liberal left does. They come up with these things and say, and they're crazy and outlandish. They don't make sense. They don't have any value as to is this even possible? I mean, I sit there sometimes and scratch my head and go, what are they even talking about? That doesn't even make any logical sense. So that's what I'm talking about when I mean crazy and outlandish. Stuff that just doesn't seem possible or true, that it's so much that it can't be true. Although sometimes liberals do some crazy things and surprise us, but that's usually liberals. Again, we're not going to take credit for your piece. Must have first name or a pseudonym. State and location, not a physical address. State and location so we can see where you're reaching out. Others can see where you're reaching out. So like Sue from Bennington, Vermont. Or Black Bear from Scotticoke, New York. Straightforward, not identifying. The only one's going to know it's you is you, and whoever else you tell it's you. So again, help us out with the views. Help us get those views up. Get us more followers, subscribers. Share. Xbox or Facebook, X or Truth. Share on those platforms as well. Sign up for that free Rumble account. YouTube users, help us get those views up as well. Subscribers, get our numbers where we need to be over there. Hit us in the crowdfunding box on the bottom of the homepage on our website. Hosting gift boxes at the top of all the pages on our website. We are being way behind on our pieces, but we give you that ability to drop something in there if you want. Go ahead, send it to us in the email. Website and email right there. And again, we really want to thank you for supporting us however you may do it. Share, and encourage others to share. And again, as always, have a great weekend. And until next time, stay frosty, my friends.
You just heard Patriot View
at 1A Independent News
with Bear Direct. Join us on Rumble at 1A Independent News for our daily broadcast.